I learned that my brother used my name to borrow money for his child's birth, and now he is demanding I pay for his child support. I'm a 26-year-old single mom to my 7-year-old son. I've worked since I was 16 and now earn a 6-figure salary. I don't mind paying all the bills at home and supporting my mom, grandma, and 24-year-old brother. My brother isn't working because he's still in school, so I don't have any issues with the situation and paying the bills because my grandma and mom take care of my son when I'm at work. They also cook food, and my mom does the laundry. So, my main responsibilities are work, bills, food, and the tuition fees for my brother and son, until my brother got a girl, who isn't even his girlfriend, pregnant. That wasn't a big deal for me, but I was disappointed in him. I expressed my feelings and told him that he should have been more responsible and avoided getting someone pregnant since he knew he didn't have money to support the baby. However, I was shocked by his response. He said, "You got pregnant at 18, so why are you lecturing me when I'm 24? That's not the point. My point is that he doesn't have money to support the baby." That hurt me because when I got pregnant at 18, I was already working and never asked my mom for money to buy diapers and formula. I thought my grandma and mom would be on my side, but my grandma said my brother was right and there's nothing we can do because the baby is already here. I was baffled because the first thing I said to my brother was how disappointed I was. I never said he should RT or that I wouldn't help him. So, I replied to my grandma, asking what was right about what he said. My grandma responded, "I got angry because you're acting all righteous when you got pregnant even earlier because you were being reckless." They were twisting what I said to my brother. I was raising my voice when my mom intervened, saying we should just drop it to avoid more arguments. I tried to let it go and bottled up my feelings. Fast forward to now, the girl my brother got pregnant has given birth. I was working at the time, and we had agreed that she would give birth at the hospital of my choice. I got a message at 9 a.m. saying she had given birth. I congratulated them until I saw on Facebook that my brother posted a picture of the baby, and I noticed that they brought her to the most expensive hospital in our area. I immediately messaged our group chat and asked why she was taken to that hospital. My mom said they went to the first hospital, but the room was too small, and they didn't like the ambience. I said they wouldn't stay there for a month. My mom got angry and asked why I was making a big deal out of it. They were thinking of the welfare of the mother and baby. So, I asked who would pay the bill and if they expected me to pay it. I asked if they didn't consider that it might burden me. They didn't reply to the group chat. At this point, I was furious and disrespected because they did what they wanted without my approval, knowing that I supported them financially. So, this time, I went to my friend's house and took only clothes, shoes, my computer, and some bedding because I wanted to be alone. At that time, they were still in the hospital. They didn't come home for 3 days or reply to my messages until they were discharged. My mom sent a receipt in the group chat for the hospital bill, which totaled $37,700. She also mentioned they couldn't go home immediately because they were waiting for the girl's family to see the baby, so they extended their stay by 1 day even though they could have gone home after 2 days. I just saw it and didn't reply. I turned off my active status and read receipts, then deactivated my social media. After a few minutes, they had a lot of missed calls, so I turned off my phone and went back to work. I feel guilty because I feel like I'm being mean. Update: yesterday morning, while working, I received a call from my friend. She said I might want to repay my debt because she needed it. I was shocked because I had no debts. My biggest fear is borrowing money, so I have never been in debt. I asked her when I supposedly borrowed money from her, and she said it was on May 13th, the day the woman my brother got pregnant was discharged from the hospital. I immediately told her I had no debt and didn't borrow anything. She said my mom was the one who borrowed the money. She tried to confirm it with me, but she couldn't message me on Facebook or call me that day, so she thought it was an emergency because that's what my mom said for emergency purposes. The amount borrowed was $22,000. I replied, "Wait, I didn't borrow anything from you. My mom used my name. I'm sorry. I'll go to the house today." By this time, I was shaking. I don't like dealing with debts. To be honest, I feel strange. I saw all their messages from the day they found out I left, and since my account was deactivated, there were no new messages because they couldn't send any. Their last messages were full of curses and hurtful words, so I'm a bit anxious to meet them because I'm not used to my mom being calm. I went to the house feeling very nervous. When I entered, they were all in the living room. As soon as I entered, my mom said, "I was going to invite you to eat, but we have no food here," making me feel like they wanted me to feel guilty for what I did. I didn't say anything and just sat down. Sitting down, I asked my mom, "Why did you borrow money from my friend? How will you pay it back?" They just went silent, and my mom suddenly cried. She said, "I didn't know you were like this. Where did you get the nerve? If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have a job. Who helped you take care of your child when you were newly postpartum? Do you think you could have worked without me? No. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have anything. How dare you have no gratitude? You embarrassed us at the hospital." The girl's family was there, and we were humiliated. Before she could continue, I immediately said, "If we're just going to shout, I'll go home." I made it clear earlier that if we're going to shout, I'll leave. She fell silent, so I spoke. This time, I was crying too. "Mom, we had an agreement, right? Why did you decide as if you were the one paying? I told you before, Mom, that public was better because private was too expensive. I gave birth in a public hospital before without anyone with me, 10 of us in a room, but I managed, Mom. How could you think about another woman now but didn't think of me then? You didn't even visit me when I gave birth," I said. She just replied, "Just because you suffered doesn't mean other women should suffer too. Things are different now. You have money. You can afford it. Your dad was with you back then, so why are you making a big deal out of it? You made us slaves in this house, cooking and washing your and your child's clothes, and you have no gratitude? You're so shameless. You're just looking for an excuse to leave here. Fine, leave. Don't come back when we all die because of you." so I just cried and cried. My grandma joined in, saying, I never thought you could do what you did. Money changes people. So I just told her, I also never thought you could do what you did despite our agreement. You have no respect for my decision. What am I in this family? Even though you and mom were taking care of my child back then, I still gave you money, and you didn't have expenses for Jacob's diapers and milk. I never told you to cook for me. I just ate whatever was cooked because it was for all of us, right? It's also my money used to buy it. You also said you would do the laundry as long as I gave you an allowance. Since Dad died in 2019, I've been paying for everything, so why are you bringing it up now? I could have hired a helper back then, but you insisted not to. I just kept crying. I let out all my feelings. The conversation was long, and I couldn't remember everything, but when I finished talking, my mom said to end the drama and forget everything. It was okay for me not to stay at the house as long as I still paid for everything: water, electricity, Wi-Fi, groceries, tuition, and my brother's allowance. My brother also chimed in, saying the girl was asking for $700 a month in child support, and I should pay the $15,700 that the girl's family advanced for the hospital bill since they only borrowed $22,000 and the hospital bill was $37,700. I was shocked by what they said. They didn't even apologize for what they did. I had many realizations after giving myself time to think, and at this moment, I realized I no longer want to be surrounded by these types of people in my life. I looked at each of them. I will miss them so much, but this has to stop. I didn't say anything and just left because I felt that saying anything wouldn't make a difference. My mom called out to me, shouting, but I hurried to my car and left without looking back. I also told my friend that I couldn't pay the $22,000. I cried a lot because of this. I feel sorry for my friend. I don't like seeing people being taken advantage of, but I'm choosing to do the right thing this time. I'm afraid that if I pay, my mom will repeat borrowing money using my name because she knows I'll pay. So I held back. Edit. To those concerned about my friend, don't worry. We talked about everything that happened and why my mom was able to borrow. She understands I won't pay because I didn't use the money. She went to the local authorities with my mom and wished me well. I also announced that I am no longer affiliated with them, and any requests for money using my name are fraudulent. I'm choosing myself, my peace of mind, and my mental health this time. This is me finally ending a toxic cycle. Update. The person they borrowed from messaged me, saying they had a meeting with the local authorities earlier, and my mom was asked to pay half of the borrowed amount first, with the remaining half to be paid later. She also told me that my brother was crying to my mom about how he has to pay for child support now, and that he needs to drop out of school because I will no longer pay for that.